Hello, this is Mayor Kaua and I want to give a huge thank you to Kaua Soto Zen for their 2020 Bon Dance going virtual. Look, folks, I know that we look forward to this time of the year where we all get together, eat Ono food, and get at that ring and honor our ancestors. Hello, this is Mayor Kaua and I want to give a huge to Kaua Soto Zen for their 2020 Bon Dance going virtual. Look, folks, I know forward to this year together. Hello, this is Mayor Kaua. Huge to Kaua Zen 2020 look at the form where we eat and dance. So for everybody out there, I just want to bring something like the body. We have our even so let's have Bon. We enjoying where we get to thanks for sacrifices. Bon in my single family mermaid.
Aloha kako and greetings to everyone. 2020 coming to you live from the biggest little town and wherever you are in this great big world of ours. Thank you for joining us because we have planned for you the biggest little Bon Dance that you can enjoy from your own living room. My name is Ron Wood. I'm your MC for the broadcast, and joining me is our host Gerald Hirata, who is the president of the Kauai Soto Zen Temple.
Thank you, Ron. Aloha kako, Melina Pai. Wish you could all be here with us because I know I have friends and family watching from all over the place. And I'm going to say in Honolulu, Kaunakakai, Molokai, Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago, New York, and even in Eleele, Kalaheo, and Lihui. But I do want to say hello, especially to the folks in Kona, in Hilo, in Paia, Maui, Nu'uanu, downtown Los Angeles. Hello, aloha. Now, I just want to say that this year the times have changed. We have an old tradition, a Bon Dance festival that we did not want to forego. And there is a whole new experiences and challenges ahead of us. Our celebration is virtual, it is small, but it is a big, big message. And you see us dressed for the part. I just want to say, and we'll talk about this later, but our slogan is, wear a mask. Face the pandemic with the spirit of Obon. Carry on with the spirit of aloha.
Before we get started with more entertainment for you on this virtual live broadcast that we're doing, we want to send out big mahalos to Mayor Kawakami for those words and greetings, and especially his reflection on Obon and what it's all about. A time to remember who you are and where you came from. Well said, Mayor. And by the way, thank you for supporting and encouraging the various cultural events and traditions that continue here on the island. Jerry?
And I would also like to thank Nalani Bruin, the Director of Office of Economic Affairs, in seeking funds for trying to help events like ours. It is much appreciated, and we all agree that on this island, our lives are truly enriched by the diversity of programs, the diversity of people, the diversity of events, and most important, the diversity of ideas.
And we'd also like to send out a big thank you to Taiko Kauai for their rousing and opening segment. It's always a lively way to start a celebration. I thought I might have to take an extra heart pill. They were beating those drums so hard. But I think everything's calmed down. I'm much better now. Taiko Kauai, by the way, is the resident dojo, their resident dojo for you gaijin out there. That means the temple right here, so they go and do that. And it means that they're based here. They also practice, they train, and they learn the art of drumming. They also learn how to play the poi, or the flute. They learn how to sing, dance, and play other percussive instruments along with all of that. And most of all, they learn how to make their own taiko drums. and even composed their own songs for the group. Now, Taiko Kawaii is a diverse group of adults who share the love of taiko music and the Japanese culture. They drum for recreation, exercise, perpetuating the Japanese culture, and the Fukushima dance that you saw them helping to open up. Well, it's dedicated to the Fukushima prefecture in northern Japan that was devastated by the tsunami. Now, as we go through our own crisis here, Taiko Kawaii wanted to share this dance and the music to give us a few minutes of joy and being normal again, if we could get back that way. Taiko Kawaii thanks everyone for the opportunity to share this experience with all of Kauai. And here at our Soto Zen Obon Festival, Taiko Kawaii again, as we said, performed the first dance of the evening called the Fukushima Ondo, which you just heard. And that's the first song that starts the Ondo dancing at our Obon Festival. Now,
I don't know, Ron, are you ready for this?
I was at first, but you know, when I was told about this, I'm somewhat of an actor, and so I have a closet full of costumes.
I know.
didn't have this
You look
costume.
like you're all dressed up for
I
it.
am for it. I was looking all over the islands at all the different thrift stores, and I couldn't find anything. And then I found one in Lihue. Just so happened to
Your
be.
hockey coat?
Yes. And what is that headband they call it?
The Hachimaki, where is it?
Oh, you mean this one?
That's the one. I can see your head shining.
Yeah, I think I'm
above
gonna have to
it.
call I'm gonna have to call makeup to wipe off.
Okay, but you know, I think you look great, Ron. This is a good advertisement for you and the way you're dressed. And notice that we're all wearing our Bon Dance masks, but I think we are ready. I think we're going to introduce a video here of the past Bon dances that show the color. So it's about a 4-minute video that will give you an idea of the kind of Bon dances we had before in the past, the pageantry, the color. Okay. Photographer Mike Teruya, and there's a few shots also of Kimoto, the Garden Island, and Brian Howell. That is our festival logo. And you notice that here the Bon season is a very secular event, and we get participation from various segments of the community. We have high school groups participating, we have businesses, organizations, a number of different West Side people that should want that, a very, very special one. And we do set up about over 400 lanterns on our temple ground when there is a festival. We also do intermission programs that celebrate our culture and our plantation heritage that you will find out more later. And then we have games for adults, for teenagers, for children. But the dancing takes the front stage. And at our Bon festivals, we also do a lot of exhibits, historical, again, cultural, and things that we as the heritage of immigrants from Japan coming to a new land, still maintaining our old traditions. And this is the most popular children's game, the fish pond. we have our fire burning ceremony. When the spirits come during this time of the year, we have lanterns that will show them the way home. And then we give them a nice send-off with a fire burning ceremony. Talk about food later. And that's our biggest festival food right there. A lot of bento, plates, you name it. And even the mayor gets to join in.
You know, here at the Soto Zen Bone Festival, there's an intermission program that features various types of cultural performances. And back in 2018, a very popular local singing star was featured, Turao Hikariyama. Now, he is Tongan and Italian. And when you hear this young man sing, it's amazing. He sang a beautiful song called Kitabuni no Karu. It was a song about someone living in the city away from his hometown. His mother sends him a package from home, and he starts recalling all the memories of the past places that he grew up and of his past relationships. He ponders and he thinks about it over and over again. Shall I go back? Shall I go back? Well, Evelyn Masaki, a member of the Soto Zen Temple, created this beautiful umbrella dance. Now, this song is very fitting for the Bon Dance season because it is a time when people go back and visit their hometown to be with family, friends, and loved ones.
Right now, we'll pause for a few seconds, as I mentioned, at the Hawaii Soto Zen Temple. We are really proud and cherish our plantation roots, so we have a short video that shows
Now, the next dance that's coming up is called the Iwakuni Undo.
okay, it's my turn, Ron. Thank you. When I was growing up in McBride, Camp 2 and 3, this was in the 1950s, my favorite part of the Obon Festival was the second half. I was in grade school then, and I recall the dancers dressing in very colorful costumes. They had their flags, they had their drums, and they wore slightly different type of kimonos, but they were carrying flags. And the men, the old folks, the elders, came out with this instrument that had 3 strings, and they would sing live, no recorded music. And I remember just waiting for the lion dance to take place. So in Wahiawa Camp, there was a large Okinawan community. So the second half of our Obon dances started and featured Asa. Asa music, the music and dance and song of Okinawa. And one of my favorite songs I remember when I was growing up was to hear the song Asadoya Yunta. And tonight, in the tradition of the Soto Zen Festival, we'd like to feature Sandas Sensei's recording of this song. So Grant Murata, if you are tuning in from Honolulu, this is for you. Next on our segment is to introduce Kaua Soto Zen Temple to all of you. And again, we're located in Kauai's biggest little town, Hanapepe. This year, we lost the opportunity to have a festival, which means our largest source of fundraising was gone. But many organizations and people came up to us and offered their assistance. So we are looking for ways to grow here at Soto Zen. You can visit our website at hawaiisotozen.org. Our characters are shaped by these four wisdoms. We serve everyone, and we'd like to thank you for your continued support. Mahalo. You can go online and make your donation. Thank you. An interesting part of our temple roots that many of you do not know, but may discover tonight, that some of our plantation projects you will recognize. And just take a look at the slide here in front of you. Two of them have roots in McBride Sugar Plantation. One of them, Senator Daniel K. Inoue. He came as a 4-year-old child to Waihawa. And the other one is Sparky Matsunaga, born in Kukuila Camp, McBride number 18. So later on, we'll be featuring in our website called Waihawa stories about our past and its famous progeny.
This next dance is called the Iwakuni Undo. Now this dance is probably the oldest dance done today, and it predates the era of recorded music. Now all you need is a singer, a drummer to keep the beat, and everyone else to join the dance. The late Mrs. Suweko Kawane of Hanapepe said, you know, in the olden days, there was this only song that was done at one dance, and they sang it all night. Tonight, Reverend Oku Hiraro of the Waimea Shin Obon Mission will be our guest singer, and Kauai Ondo drummers will keep the beat on the taiko, supported by the Soto Zen Ondo dancers.
これはどなたさんにもおごめんなりありゃちょいと出ました私めなるかならぬか知らねども花ペッペ全習字の岩国温度442部隊オーバーならぬながらもこりゃずっとめますありゃ時は昭和の19年10月20日の夜も更けてところはアルザスローレンの敵の包囲の中にしてもとつ撃を敢行し潜入のため身を捨てて見事作ったこりゃいさおしに あんにゃ心を込めておくられし感謝の印の銀の盾それつ無比の語り草世界平和に尽くしたるハワイの誇るこら100代隊あんりゃ五国の鬼と化しませし有心の御霊に心より感謝の誠を捧げつつ煩の供養に泣く子は天の川にもこりゃ届くなあんりゃどうやらここまで読んだけれどもちょうど時間となりました太鼓打ちさんありがとう踊り子さんにもありがたくまたのご縁のこりゃある日まであやさこりゃどこい
Okay? Okay, whenever we have a Obon Dance Festival, whenever there are any kind of gatherings here on the island, what is the next biggest item? Food. Okay, and here on Kauai, we'd like to celebrate some of the festival food that we serve at our Obon. Number one, flying saucers. People on the neighbor islands don't even have an idea what it is, but they know that flying saucers are only seen and tasted on this island. And the thing about the flying saucer, I don't know if Al, could you zoom in here on our flying saucers? Yesterday, Grandma's Cafe in Hanapepe did a fundraiser for us, and they sold a whole bunch of flying saucers. What is it? I won't get into the detail of it, but I do have one right in my hand, and it does look like a flying saucer. I'll give you one later. Okay, Ron, later.
It's very kind of you.
But see, it looks like a flying saucer. It has meat inside, cheese, ketchup. That's the number one ingredient that makes this a tasty treat. Okay, but this is only one of the many, many items that we have on our plate. Another food, I'm going to feed you to the ants. Another food that is very Kauai is this one here. You see that? The Goldberg cup? The Goldberg cup? Does anyone know what a Goldberg sausage is? Probably not too many of you, but people on the island here on Kauai know that this came from the Leawood plantation days when there were the Germans and a lot of immigrants, the Isenberg family that were the managers of Grove Farm. So the Goldberg cup is just a very, very hard salami-like sausage. And then it's a tasty treat if you put a cup of rice on the top and spread a little bit of furikake. And it's a meal like the spam musubi, right, that you're all familiar with. Another item that is very, very popular is the tonto pop. Now, don't confuse this with the corn dog, because it does not taste like a corn dog. This item here, yeah? The batter is so tasty, it's like a pancake. So it's like eating a pancake that's wrapped around a hot dog. Front to pop, yeah? Kind of like a Kauai thing as well. And then we have the other standard items. You know, we have sashimi, I'm sorry, sushi, manju, and then here's another popular food item here called the andagi. Yeah, that's the Okinawan donut. And that's very, very popular here on the island as well. And of course, the teriyaki steak, the yakitori, the chicken, and you must have the shave ice, and of course, you have to have the sign-in as well. But again, just the joy of celebration, dancing, music, and food. Right now, we'd like to preview. I know all of you are getting hungry, and it's almost dinner time. And earlier this afternoon, we were selling bento plates that are also part of our festival food. A lot of different kinds of plate lunches. But we'd like to give you a portrait of our temple. And then until we fade away from the food, I'll keep you standing there. This particular segment is quite interesting. Traveling through Hawaii, 2014, and he stopped by with his girlfriend to visit the temple. So I was here, and in our conversation, I found out that he was a nature photographer, professional. So knowing that, I said, Brad, here's my camera. I want you to take photos of our temple. And he agreed. So this is his portrait. He went inside the temple, outdoors. He took shots of our Bodhi tree, our Kanon statue. So just a very interesting portrait of our Zen Shuji temple. This is our Kanon statue. It's a world peace statue, specifically dedicated for that reason. The statue was looking for a home, and Reverend Miyoshi said Kauai would be the place. And there's the Bodhi tree. This Bodhi tree was planted in 1978 in the ground, and its sapling came from the area in India where the Buddha sat under and became enlightened. We have a very large temple ground here. It's very spacious. Although you don't see it tonight, there was a lot of activity here during the day in the kitchen. Also in the rear temple gates where we were distributing the bentos. Zen Shuji translates really to the Temple of Zen. And on the bottom of the screen, you see on the left-hand side our temple logo, and on the right-hand side, our festival logo. So thank you, Brad. Aloha very much. I hope I'll tell you that we did show and share your photography here. Thank you, Brad.
And there's another reason why you use a professional to do certain things. Well, those are some great shots of that. Right now at our Obon dance here on Kauai, this particular dance has always been the last dance of the evening. As far as we can remember, it's just called the Becho. Now, this was most popular dance among the younger generation, which puts us out, Cheryl, unless you were younger back then. Teens of high school age would go out for the evening to say a movie, a picnic, a party, and then they would go to the Obon dance later, just so they could dance the Becho. Now, if you weren't a dancer, and a lot of folks back then were not, this would be the only song that you danced to. Now, the origins of this dance came from the northern prefecture of Japan called Niigata, from the song and dance Niigata Ondo. However, this dance evolved, and on the island of Kauai, it transformed into a song and dance that is most interesting.
Okay, so to show you what this dance is all about, first, there's the taiko, there's the drum beat, and this is what it sounds like. And there's no other island where you will hear this kind of beat. It comes from the northern part of Japan, Niigata, but on the island of Kauai, it's morphed and evolved into something quite different. So that was the drum beat. Now, there's motions to it as well. And tonight, we're going to feature our 3 dancers here. Thank you all. We'll show you how to do the towel version of this dance. They are hand motions, but this one is the towel dance. Ollie? That was the motions that we used doing the towel. And later on, a group of ladies will again join us in this dance. Okay, so now we know the beat. Now we know how to do the motions. There's also another component, but this particular component is sort of lost when it came from the Niigata Onda. So here on Kauai, we lost the lyrics, but we make it up for it. So what we do is we do simple ditties or maybe folk songs that might be in Japanese or nursery rhymes that might be in English. And then we also do other kinds of lyrics to this song. So we're going to try and demonstrate that by singing a verse. And we're going to put the music to it again. Yeah, so yeah, spread out. Okay, 1 round of the beat, and then we're going to do separate. And then we're going to do the Kaua song. Okay, just 1 verse. Remember the miso soup, yeah? Miso soup. Idea, yeah, there was the Kaua song. That was only one of the many verses that we sing, and there's one for each nationality, so it goes on forever. But now that we have that, we can put it all together, yeah? We know the beat, we know the dance, we know the song. Okay, so we're going to do a short round of all of this put together, and ladies, you can join us. This is the Mecho. Yeah, Hawaii. Okay. Okay, let's see, are we ready? Okay, the Mecho dance. Okay, Holly. camera and do a bow. Arigato, nui nui loa. Bow one more time for me. Mahalo de gozaimasu. And that was the Kawaii Gecho.
Well, that kind of wraps things up for us here.
Where are we?
Well,
You know what? We're going to take front stage. Come on. We have to talk about, Ed, did you give me, where to put all my one dance towels?
Well, that's right.
Yeah, you, yes.
Fundraiser.
I forgot all of my, well, let me tell you what I did here. There's a package here on the table, Ed, right in the corner of the church. Okay, not that one, we're okay. Okay, now, one of the things that we did, encouraged by our friends in the community, is to do a Bon Dance Towel project. Oh shoot. I need a towel. So, across the highway, there's Kawaii Cookie Company. Ann Hashisaka, who is the CEO of that company, said, you know, my brother just loves the feel of the Bon Dance mask over his face. So this is our very, very popular Bon Dance towel. So Ann Hashisaka convinced us to make masks out of this towel. So that's what we did. She initiated the project and encouraged us to do so. And then we found a bunch of other people who could sew and made these Bon Dance masks out of different parts. We'd like to show you, you can see this Let's Bon Dance, and you can see the name of our temple, our mon, the crest, and the town. And we made 6 different designs, prototypes. And then before we could even mention this to the public, we were all sold out. So thank you, Ann, for your beautiful suggestion. And we made quite a bit of money. Out of 100 towels, we made over 200 masks, and we made tote bags. And I wish I could show them to you right now, but it's somewhere there in the church. Okay, another part of our fundraising efforts, and what someone did in our community in the middle of Hanapepe historical town, there's a Japanese grandma cafe, owner Keiko Napier. And what she did yesterday was she sold a whole bunch of those flying saucers. And then this sale, all of the proceeds came to Kauai Soto Zen. So we thank Japanese Grandma Cafe for doing that project yesterday. I think we sold over 700 or close to 800 flying saucers. And then that provided us with some funds. So thank you, Aloha Keiko, for doing that for us. Part of our festival, we said, what an important component was food. So in the kitchen, what we did was a bento that had teriyaki beef, special Kauai shrimp, tasted in Kauai cookie papaya seed dressing, the rice, the cocoa, and the corn. And then to top it off, again, our friends across the highway, Kauai Cookie did a special ume manju. Can't wait to get a taste of it. Ume manju. Okay? And then we'd like to sort of, knowing that this is our sort of lost Bon Dance season, we appreciate many, many of you who have donated and supported us. If you like what we do, if you like what you've seen here live, you can go to our website, kawaisotozen.org, and there's a donation button waiting there for you to press. At this time, you can put that down.
Thank you.
At this time, I'd just like to say, give our thanks to sort of the entire community, members of Friends Chevron.
Yes, all the different folks in the community that lend a hand. I want to send out a big mahalo to Jeffrey Kimoto, who normally does the emceeing for this bit because of the pandemic quarantine, and he came over and asked me to do it, and it's a privilege.
Well, thank you much. He stepped in for Jeffrey. And then we have some help in our tent, but to acknowledge our videographer, our main man here behind all of the cameras, Nel Manuel. the camera yourself. But thank you so much for coming up here. Say hello, Mel.
Hi!
Yeah. Thank you so much. And again, the people from Kaua Ikuki, and also, yeah, Jeffrey Kimoto couldn't be here, but he sent us his son, Devin. Yeah, Devin's back here. He's in his second year in college at San Luis Obispo, and he was helping us back there. Well, thank you, Devin. And Ed Goka is there playing cameraman and stage manager. And where did everybody go? Our dancers. We're not done.
I think they're eating.
Huh? Okay, you know why? Okay, they're not here. I think I forgot to tell them about it. But I'd like to leave you before we close. Can you get me the map of Japan? If you can focus here, some of the songs that you heard tonight, you look at this map of Japan, this is where many of the Japanese immigrants came from. And then one of the first songs that you heard was about going back to the hometown. It took place in Hokkaido, but the song that you heard, Astadoya Yunta, the dance, the Okinawan dance with the drums, comes from this part of Japan, Okinawa, the southern island of Kyushu. And then there was the Iwakuni Ondo, and we had many immigrants that came from Yamaguchi, especially the Hiroshima prefecture in Yamaguchi. So the Iwakuni Ondo came from the prefecture of Yamaguchi. And then right now, we're going to close and do a song, probably one of the most famous folk songs in Japan. So just give me a second. We're going to play that song, and we'll just put the photographs in the back. I was hoping that the dancers would still be here to do the tankobushi, and just give me 1 second to play that music. Okay, Mel? And then we can just leave the camera here, and maybe some people will come back and do the tankobushi. Okay? I'm going to play that song. Tankobushi.
月が出た出た月が出たうちの山の上に出た甘い煙突が高いのでさぞやお月さん煙たかろさよいよい一山二山三山越え奥に咲いたる八重椿なんぼ色よく咲いたとてさまちゃんか弱にゃ無駄の花さまよいよいもぐら日の目は苦手だが山のおいらは粋なもの四季を出るの待ちかねてかわいいあの子が袖を引くさまよいよいあなたがその気で言うのなら思い切ります別れます元の娘の18に返してくれたら 車先端温度取り黒剣とさせる気を歌でのろけて友風にさよいよい
Thank you. Mahalo, everyone. We're just going to sign off now. And from Ron, thank you so much for being our MC. Yes. And then to all you good people out there, tune in for any kind of information. Go to our website. And we want to sign off and say just aloha from Hanapepe, Kauai's biggest little town. Hope you enjoyed our smallest little biggest Bon dance. Thank you. Mahalo. Aloha.